Good day, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino Beer Review. Today you have the Rhino, and we're looking at a beer that's very special to my heart. I really do hope this is going to be a good beer, because it's special to my heart. This is from Blackburn Brewing in Niagara Falls, Ontario. This is a 5% alcohol ABV lager. It's 10 IBU. This is Hops for Hope lager. Over here it says, your local craft community, guaranteed to refresh and excite. This full-flavored and easy-drinking lager aims to stick around and stand the test of time. Ingredients: water, malted barley, hops, and yeast. The reason this beer here is special to my heart is because a portion of the proceeds go to benefit the Ronald McDonald House charities. And there it is, right there. This is special to my heart because of that. I run the Albino Rhino Beer Festival. It wasn't able to run in 2020 because of COVID. It wasn't able to run in 2021 because of COVID. Do I hope that in 2022 it's back? Yes, I do hope it is. And what I always did was I tried to make a festival that was cheap for the festival goer, cheap for the festival, for the vendors. My food vendors paid almost nothing. My breweries paid almost nothing. It was just to help cover costs. But then I would take the proceeds of that. I would cover the rest of the costs that weren't paid for by the vendor fees, because again, my vendor fees were tiny because I wanted to bring out as many people as I could and make it the best festival I could. And then my proceeds other than that went to the Ronald McDonald House in Hamilton, Ontario. Because no parent should ever have to worry about a sick child. No child should have to worry about where his parents are sleeping. No family, no brothers and sisters, no siblings should have to worry about whether or not they get to see their family and see their sick brother or sister all the time. So, and it's one of the few charities that 100% of the proceeds, 100% of the donations go to that charity. They don't go to paying people or anything like that. And the house is amazing. The tour is amazing. The kitchen is amazing. What they do when the kids get out of the hospital is amazing. It's all an amazing thing. So that's what I would always do with my festival. And I mean, I'm sad that it didn't go on for the last 2 years. So I'm glad that a brewery in Niagara made a beer to help with that festival, because there's right now a gap in the market because I'm not down there and no one else is doing the same thing. So yay on them. So let's try this beer, right? I just gave the look that some people will think was my unimpressed look, but what I'm expecting out of this beer is one of those pseudo craft lagers where it is a lager that anyone could go around to, but it has the flavors that let you know that it is 100% green, that it doesn't have fillers, just. And out of the can, it has that smell of beer, but there is a little bit of a dirty and foresty type of smell, almost like a piney note, which worries me just a little bit because this beer should be approachable by everybody. Out of the glass? Okay, out of the glass it's just beer. It's a little grainy, a little sweet, a little bready. It's what you expect, but out of the can I was getting like this earthy, dirty, piney note, which worries me again just a tiny bit. Slanche, let's try it. That's 4% alcohol, is it not? Or was it 5? It's no, it's 5. Okay, I thought maybe 4, and I was going to give it a higher praise right away on one thing. Is there a brewing fault in it? No. And I wouldn't expect there to be a brewing fault with Blackburn. I've had a lot of Blackburn beers now, and though None of them have really ever shocked me or blown me away. They've all been solid, and a lot of them have been very nice and drinkable beers that I could go back to again and again and again. So no brewing faults. And this would be a super approachable beer. If you drink Canadian, you could drink this. If you drink Bud, you could drink this. If you're PBR, you could drink this. If you like Nickelbrook or Collective Arts or anything like that, you could drink this. And if you bitch about this because it just is a lager, I'd have to slap you. Not because you're not allowed to have your own opinions and be like, you know what, I don't like lagers, because I didn't like lagers for a long time. I was a porter. I'm still a porter and a stout and a sour and everything else guy, but I wasn't a lager guy at all for a long time. It took a long time of drinking them before I could appreciate them. And I get that, you're allowed to like or dislike that type of stuff your own way, and I'm okay with that. My thing is, you have to look at this beer as what it is. It's supposed to be a very approachable beer that anyone could buy, anybody could support, because it helps support a very good cause. And if you drank this and you were like, I'm not drinking that, that's not very good, well, you deserve to be slapped, because it's an inoffensive beer that's there to help raise money for a charity that needs help staying afloat. And continually adding to the house, to continually help the families, to build more rooms, because the rooms are almost always sold, not sold out, but filled. It's a solid beer. It's a lager. It's basically an American adjunct lager without huge amounts of adjuncts. It's light-bodied. It's mellow. Light carbonation. Little graininess up at the forefront. Almost like a... Do they have the ingredients on here? Because there's almost like a rice note in there. No, it's malted barley. I mean, it's very light. It almost has a rice note right in the middle. And it has just a bready biscuitiness at the end. So it's almost like an English American adjunct lager because of that bready biscuitiness. That's a solid fucking beer that I can get behind. That's getting an 8 out of 10. I could buy that a lot. And if I was in Ontario, I would buy that a lot just to help raise money. And because I can drink that. And I could bring a 2-4 of that over and me and my buddies could drink that. And that's what I want out of that beer. So I got exactly what I wanted. So thank you very much. Bye, guys.